This Plexus Virtual Summit is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. The Plexus Virtual Summit, independent ambassadors, and Plexus Worldwide do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease and take no responsibility for personal actions taken after the summit. Always consult with your doctor before beginning any diet or exercise program. Most participants in the summit are not medical personnel, and those who are do not know your medical history. So please consult your physician if there are any concerns prior to and during your Plexus journey. All inspirational testimonies, posts, and tips should be considered should not be considered medical advice and are not representative of Plexus Worldwide. They are tips, inspiration, and motivation provided to you based solely on personal results and opinions of the individual speakers and posters. So, with that being said, we've got Danielle. Danielle, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I did hear that I need to introduce myself more, so I am Linda Lynn Hurst, a Senior Gold Ambassador in Pensacola, Florida, putting on the Plexus Virtual Summit today. And we have joining us now Miss Danielle Bullard from Louisiana, right, Danielle?
Yes, Mandeville, Louisiana.
Mandeville, awesome. Tell me a little bit, Danielle, about how you started with Plexus, who introduced you, and what it was that just caught your eye about it.
Okay. Well, I was in a previous business 7 years prior to joining Plexus, and I was new to Facebook. I was just getting used to the whole social media thing. And I saw somebody post on Facebook, one of my customers actually, that had lost 12 pounds in 2.5 weeks. And my first thought was, no, that's just not possible. It doesn't happen like that. She must be on some drugs or something. But it made me curious enough to look into it. So I started looking at her timeline, and I saw her before in her current photo, and she looked really good. She looked really healthy, and so that prompted me to send her a message. I've struggled with weight all my life. I've done it all, like everything's been mentioned today, and I just accepted the fact that I had been overweight all my life, and that's just the way it was going to be. So I messaged her and I said, okay, listen, I'd really like to try this. Let me just, how can I get it? And that's when she told me to come over and get a 3-day trial. So that's how it started. My 3-day trial was actually a 6-day trial because she asked me how much weight I wanted to lose, and I told her I had almost 100 pounds to lose. And she said, well, you need to drink it twice a day. And so I bought 6 days worth and got started the next day.
Well, that is pretty cool. Now, you mentioned that you were in another direct sales or network marketing business before. How did that prepare you for being a Plexus ambassador, and how does it compare for that?
Wow, that's a great question to ask me. Being in direct sales, I was in the home party industry, and it's completely different from network marketing. And for those that have heard my story and read my story on Facebook, this is a story that's pretty neat, because you'll hear people that say, I don't know anybody. Well, I can relate to that, because a lot of people knew me because of the business that I was in, and they knew that I was a businesswoman. They knew I had integrity and that I was professional, but I didn't know a lot of people. They just all knew me. I didn't have a lot of friends, because you just didn't do business with your customers. You just went and you took their money and provided them a service, and you left. So it really didn't help me in network marketing. It almost sabotaged my career in Plexus, absolutely.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, it's really different.
Very different. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same background as you. I wasn't in a direct sell company. I just owned my own business, and thought that would be a great catapult for me in Plexus, and it didn't really work out that way, because, like you said, you just kind of do your thing with that business, and you don't make friends or build relationships, like Alfred was saying earlier. So yeah, I can totally relate to that being a problem with that. Now, I know you said that you take it the Slim. Do you take the Accelerator as well?
There isn't any Plexus products that I don't take.
Okay.
With the exception of the nerve health support, I don't. Luckily, I don't have any nerve damage, but I am on everything else. Plexus, accelerator. I am actually taking a break from the accelerator on and off. But for the last 2.5 years, I've been on all of the products. As soon as the new products were introduced, I quickly got on board with those as well. The pain relief I do not take because I suffer with pain anymore, because Plexus helped with that, but I take it as a daily maintenance because I was told it has the great omegas and fish oils and things like that. So I use it as a maintenance product to keep, arthritis runs in my family, and on an x-ray that I had done about 1.5 years ago, he saw some arthritis. So I thought, you know what, I'll just take it. It doesn't bother me, but at least I'll keep the inflammation down.
Awesome. Very good to know. Now, you also mentioned to me that the ProBio 5 is one of your favorite products. Give me a little history why that is.
Okay. Well, again, struggling with weight all my life. I also struggled with sugar cravings. My love of the day was a gallon of sweet tea, and there was close to 1.5 to 2 cups of sugar in that gallon. Not to mention the fact that I would also run to Sonic and get a Route 44 pretty much every day. So my mother always joked I didn't function in the morning until I had my sweet tea. I was never a coffee drinker. So carbs also was like pasta, potatoes, rice, you name it. I had to have it on a daily basis. So while Slim did help me with my sugar cravings right away within the first few days, it wasn't until I was introduced to ProBio 5 that I really got control of that. Like, sweet tea didn't control me. In fact, I didn't even want it anymore. I don't even drink sweet tea. It's very rare for me to have anything other than water. And if I want some flavor, I just add fresh lemons to my water, or, Mio drops or something like that. So I crave water. I love the fact that the doctor previously to me was, mentioning the water, because it is so important. And I contribute a lot of my success to drinking half my weight in water every day. So ProBio 5 has also helped my daughter. She has eczema, and it's a mild case, so it's really not that big of a deal. But I've noticed that it's helped get her eczema under control. And when we forget to take it, we notice it, because the little bumps will start coming back out on her face or her, arms, wherever it breaks out. So
very cool.
Yeah, that's what I love about ProBio 5.
Now, tell me this, because I think that you and I have been in the company almost about the same amount of time, and I had not heard your name until a little earlier this past year. And not that I say that I know everybody, but I think that you were kind of one of those sleepers. Tell me what your turning point in your business was.
Okay. Well, my turning point was realizing that sales was going to sabotage my business. When I first got into the company, I joined just to get my products at wholesale. When I was told that I needed to drink it twice a day, I looked at the cost of that and thought, wow, that might get a little expensive. So I immediately, the first day I started, before I even knew I had results, before I really even fell in love with the product, I immediately went online to see what my options were. And so I honestly joined just to get the products at wholesale, which I'm sure 90% of the ambassadors probably have that same story, at least from what I've heard. The thought did cross my mind that if this product really works, I could make some money, because I was really good in sales. I actually was tops in sales almost 2 years in a row with my previous company. And so I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't think, wow, there may be some opportunity to make money here. Yeah, the first 3 months, I earned the same amount of money that I would have earned working 40 hours a week at my previous job. That was impressive. The turning point, though, was the fact that that income didn't grow. And I didn't know anything about network marketing. So what I did was I sold a whole bunch of welcome packs. I called all my friends and family and business associates, and I said, oh my goodness, I'm onto something. I had lost 11 pounds in 11 days. And my third day into it, I posted on Facebook, I've lost 3 pounds in 3 days. And remember, I didn't know a whole lot of people, but a whole lot of people knew me. And so I had a following on Facebook, mostly customers and a few family members. And I had to get a notebook and a pen and write down all my messages. And I even posted, I am so sorry. I cannot get back to everybody. Bear with me. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So that was exciting to know that I had a product that worked, and wow, yes, oh my goodness, I'm about to make some great money. I was fortunate and blessed to have one lady that contacted me and said, okay, I know that you don't get into scams. I know there's something going on with you. I and my husband need to lose weight, and I need to make money. So I want to know the business aspect. And so I interviewed her and went through all these questions, which shocked her, but was the first person that approached me about the business. Mm-hmm. And she's a Ruby ambassador, following very heavy on my heels today. And that really, the relationship that her and I built was probably the biggest turning point, because number one, I started having friendships, real genuine friendships. And I thought that's where the success was in Plexus. It wasn't about selling the product. I mean, granted, the product worked and it sold itself. What I needed to do was I needed to share it. And then I also needed to teach my team to do something that everybody can do, which is just simply share their story. So that was my big turning point. I started also teaching the power of 3 that's in our compensation plan. I found it, stumbled across it, had heard other leaders talk about the power of 3, but nobody had ever taught it. And I felt like it was something that we needed to capitalize on, that we really need to just teach people to share their story. So that was really my big turning point. And now Plexus has afforded us to live off one income. And it's been an amazing journey, and it's not even halfway over. I don't even feel like I'm a quarter of the way there yet. So yes, our team has taken a major turn in the last 6-8 months.
Yeah, and you just said yourself, a journey. I've heard you say before that you feel like this is a journey, not a sprint, to the finish. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, I don't have a story like some of the newer diamonds that made it in 12 months, 7 months, 6 months. Mm-hmm. It really, for the products and the business, it really is a journey, because not anything worth having doesn't happen overnight. It takes building, it takes work. So that's the one thing that I encourage my customers and my team members. Don't quit. Don't start something today that you can't do for the rest of your life. And Plexus is something that you can do for the rest of your life. You can mix up a bottle of water, drink it like Dr. Miranda said, it takes 1 minute to do that. And the business is the same way. One thing that I'm still practicing and working on is not puking Plexus. It's hard not to throw up when you've got something this exciting, both a product and a business opportunity. But again, my personality and my previous experience somewhat hinders me. And so I'm learning and I'm teaching my team, and that's probably the biggest thing is this is a journey. Don't wake up and think you're going to wake up skinny tomorrow. You didn't wake up fat. You're not going to wake up skinny. We've got to get your health working first. And then as far as the business, it doesn't take 100 people personally sponsored to be successful. So just cultivate and develop the relationships that you have with your with your current ambassadors, and you never know who your diamond's going to be. So don't give up on anybody, and just hang in there.
And you are what rank now?
Senior Ruby.
Senior Ruby. Okay. How many? You said your friend, your business partner from the beginning there, is hot on your heels. How many rubies and close ranking ones do you have on your team? Do you know?
Well, Brenda's my only Ruby. Literally, I think she's less than 100 points from Senior Ruby. I was stuck. Let me share this. I was stuck at Senior Gold. I did Fast Start Gold in 30 days. I personally recruited 17 people, and one of my friends and previous business associates with the previous company I was with signed up a couple of her family members. So in the final hour, we made Gold, Fast Start Gold. And Brenda came on after that. And so she's 2 months shy behind me. But she's just amazing. I couldn't have prayed for a better team, but most importantly, she followed everything I did, good, bad, and indifferent. And we worked it out together. We stuck by each other every day. We talked on the phone. Some nights we were up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I haven't done the statistics. I didn't expect you to ask me that. I know that we have 306 active ambassadors right now, and she's less than 100 points from Ruby. We have several. Last time I did look, which was a month or so ago, there was like 9 golds. And so we have a couple of senior golds. So it's really exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry I threw that in there. I just, there are times that you just go, oh, this just really, to hear somebody talk about this business in such a simple way as you have. You put it into terms that anybody can understand. So thank you for all that you've done, and welcome in people who are not within your circle of ambassadors to train with you on your training calls and everything, and put those out there for everybody. So thank you for me, and I know a lot of other people. Tell me this, if you have a brand new ambassador, what is the first and main tip that you give them when they get started?
Great question. I'm so glad you asked me this. This is something that we've recently, you know how when somebody says when you get it, you really get it? Mm-hmm. Well, this is something that I really got. In doing the coaching calls and the training calls, one thing that we have to know as an ambassador is that we have to be simple and duplicatable. So when a brand new ambassador joins me, immediately I walk them through the auto qualification process, which is pretty simple. And then number 2, I ask them to do 2 things. I give them 2 homework assignments that I need them to complete in 48 hours. The first thing is I need them to write down their why. Why did they join Plexus? Is it for health? Is it for income? I just need to know, and they need to know why they're doing this business. Number 2 thing is I need them to write down their contact list, and they have to have this done. They have to email me their why within 48 hours. And then I want them to go ahead and start on their contact list. And then most importantly, they'll send me that information. Their why always makes me cry. And then once they get their welcome pack, I immediately have, and I know they're excited to get started on the product. I remember that. I mean, I ran out to my mailbox when I saw my mailman coming down the street, so I know that feeling. But when Sheila was talking about we didn't have the tools that our ambassadors have today, that success guide, that Plexus starter kit, is the most important thing in that welcome pack. So I make sure that they contact me. If I haven't heard from them by the day I think their welcome pack should be in, I immediately contact them and I say, I know you're excited about the products, but first things first. And I have them open up that Plexus Success Guide and immediately have them complete sections 1 through 4 in another 48 hours because they've already given me their why and they've already started on their contact list, and sections 1 through 4 that's part of that. So they really already completed that, but that is key. Duplication is the key, and hopefully they can read. Anybody can read. And so even if I can't be available for 300-400 people on my team, that success guide can, and it works. So I'm so thankful to Plexus for giving us that tool we can all be amazing leaders by simply just being simple and duplicatable.
That is an awesome, awesome answer. I love it. And I love the success guide too. I think that is a great tool. They didn't have that when I started with Plexus. It came out probably after about 6 months, and it was really a game changer, I think, because you've got everything there that you need to make a simple presentation, to get yourself started and going down the road. There's nothing left to chance there with it. So I agree with you. That is key piece of the pie here, to make your business work. Now, I've asked this to several different people. Where do you stand on somebody getting into the business just to get their products at wholesale?
Great question. I have gone back and forth on this one.
Me too.
I got into the business to get it at wholesale. Now, granted, nobody asked me my goals. Nobody asked me, why are you doing this? And if they did, at the time, my goal was to lose weight. I did have the thought, and I did have the desire for income, and had somebody spent the time with me to learn my story, then I probably would have developed my why, and a lot of things would have been different, but God's timing and everything. So with that being said, I don't discourage someone to join the business if they want to get their products at wholesale, but what I do encourage now, today, with my team, is offer the opportunity first. I mean, who doesn't want to work with people they like, their friends and family? Go to Maui together, drive Lexuses together. So I say, because I heard earlier someone said people are offering the products but not offering the opportunity. And I've ran across several customers, same exact thing. Well, I asked them, well, did your ambassador talk to you about the opportunity? You should sign up under them. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So offer the opportunity first. Default to products. If they're not interested in making money or they're skeptical, have them as a customer because they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. When someone is ready to share their story, that is when we sign them up as an ambassador. Whether they want to make money or not, really, Lindalyn, makes no difference. Mm-hmm. They just need to be willing to share their story because that's what built this company, like Sheila said, the testimonies is what builds Plexus. And so by sharing their story or story of others, that is how they're going to make money. And even if they don't want to. I mean, my upline, Cindy Jenkins, she only joined with Sarah Marble because she wanted to help her daughter out. She had no interest in making money. She had a pretty nice lifestyle. She just really didn't. But attending convention changed her life. Mm-hmm. Seeing people get up there and in tears, the stories. I mean, I don't want to get teared up, so I'll leave that alone. But she didn't want to do the business. She didn't. So, just ask them what they want. Identify their need. What do they want? And just go with whatever they want to do. But just keep in mind, you want to sign ambassadors who are in love with Plexus, whether they want to do the business or not. Just be sure that they're in love with it and that they're willing to share their story. That's my take on it.
That's good. Good advice. Danielle, you have been a wealth of information today, and just I'm going to tell you, you've inspired me. Like I said, I had not heard of you before 6 months ago, and I think it was Jennifer Desjardins or Amber Espinosa that kind of introduced you to our circle of people, and I am so thankful that they did that. Because you are just very open and sharing and kind to all of us in the Plexus family. And do you do weekly meetings or monthly meetings in your area?
I do, and thank you so much for reminding me to thank Jennifer and Amber. Two amazing women. I got to go at the leaders retreat. I had the honor of fishing, the deep sea fishing trip with Jennifer and her husband.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I mean, that's part of my journey that continues to blow my mind is the friendships that I'm making. And like Alfred said, it's okay to make friends and help other people in this business. And that is the one thing in my previous business that was not allowed. Not allowed. So Amber's full of life, full of spunk. She's great. We've had some friendly competitions. I love those two ladies. And when they asked me to speak, at first I thought it was, I just thought it was going to be another January 1st, and I was honored. I mean, I was just humbly honored immediately. And when I noticed it was going to turn into something as gigantic as you've created, hats off to you for doing this, because I know you're going to spend till 9 o'clock tonight here. I feel like what I do is a small portion of what you're doing today, but yes, I do offer a weekly coaching call. I've missed the last couple of weeks due to some team growth and events, but every Wednesday night following the Plexus Opportunity Call, I have a coaching call that lasts about 30 minutes, and I just pick a different topics, whatever God lays on my heart sometimes, and sometimes it's recommendation. So I will be happy to post that information in the Plexus Virtual Summit event today, so that everybody that's watching and listening can join in on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central Time, just following the Plexus Opportunity Call.
Very, very cool. I appreciate you doing that. Now, do you do, other than that, do you do any other kind of meetings, actual in-house type meetings or whatever?
Well, I very rarely miss an event. I attend the Monday night Slidell meeting that Sarah Marble and Cindy Jenkins hold every Monday night. And I don't like it when I miss those events, because I love staying plugged in. My theory is those that show up go up. Mm-hmm. But I do my own events with my team. In fact, I just started with the recommendation of a couple other ambassadors in Mandeville, because Mandeville and Slidell is a couple minutes away from each other. Right. So it was asked if I would start events here in this area. So yes, I'm doing those on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. at the IHOP in Covington. And then I do some other events with my team. We're doing, we did Laplace for a few months, and now we're going to move it over to, I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, so yes, I do several events. I just my goal with the events is to help my team grow and build by sharing my story to help them.
Right. Very, very good. And I'm assuming that you, like us, have those posted on the Plexus company website on the calendar, so that people in your area can find those.
You know what? I need to post that, especially the Covington one. Thank you for reminding me. I haven't done that yet. I'll get on that, I promise.
Great. Let's just tell everybody out here that we've talked to so far and are going to talk to. If you've got a meeting, put it out there so people can find it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good idea. I'll do that.
Awesome. Well, Danielle, thank you again for spending time with us today and sharing your wealth of knowledge and what all you've gone through and done for us and everything. Spending a little bit of your Saturday with us. I hope you get to hang out with us a little more and again in the future.
Well, I have been on since 9 o'clock. I even did my 60 minutes workout because I was so intrigued by all the stories. I lost track of the time. So I've got my workout in, my shower in. I have been on since 9 o'clock, and I don't plan to leave until after 9 p.m. tonight. So
well, very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. We will hopefully have this summit again very soon. And hope to include you, or maybe you and your business partner together would be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.